What's going on, y'all? What it is? So let's go ahead and slide on this topic, and I want to revisit this Naziah Harris case yet again because there seem to be a few more updates. So there's a guy going around saying that he's the brother of Jarvis Butts, and he's confessing that it was Shannon that deleted Naziah. And so we don't know who the brother is. There's no pictures of him. Hell, for all we know, this could just be some dude making up this story, which would be completely reckless, right? And just think about it, guys. If he knew this information and it comes out to be true in court, doesn't that make him complicit in all of this, that he didn't go to the authorities and say anything earlier? So that's just very interesting, to say the least, in my opinion. But let me play you this audio and I'll be back.
People go search in the opposite direction. So she is deceased, but she was killed by Shannon in a rage because of her jealousy or whatever she had going on with Jarvis. And at the end of the day, the mom and the sister knows what Shannon did, and they're not protecting Jarvis, they're protecting Shannon. And Shannon hoping that Jarvis don't snitch on him, but he's not going to tell until after they try and convict him of the way. He see the difference between the time. Remember, his lawyer said they're not going to contest and fight the fact that he had inappropriate relations with her. Okay, go ahead and bound it over. But what we are fighting is the murder. Why? Because there's no body. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Now, you do know that Shannon and all of them have already made deals with the DA. Why? Because without Shannon, the mom, King, the fiance, without all those people, they would not have a case against this young lady. So they pieced up parts of their statements and testimonies to present what it was they wanted to present to the court, that he was last seen with it, and he's the one that.
All right, so you guys just heard that. And again, we don't know who this man is, right? There's no recollection nowhere of Jarvis having a brother, talking about a brother anywhere. I've looked high and low, and I haven't seen any direct correlation that Jarvis has a brother that's immediately close to speak on this situation right now. Now, I'm not saying that Jarvis doesn't have a brother, but there's just been no connection out there whatsoever. But anyway, I do want to talk about another thing, and this is very sad because Naziah's older brother speaks out in regards to why their mother was never around. I want you guys to check out this clip, and I'll be back.
Like my mama, Kenyatta, which is, you feel me, lady, that's what everybody know her as. My mama, she used to do a lot of stuff. Like, she was, jack of all trades. She made sure me and my sister were straight at all times. But she met this one little female, and she let that female come around. And my mama was working. When you try to work somebody out, and you got a mate, and you're trying to tell them, like, okay, you gonna be here, you feel me, we together and stuff, let's work together, can you help me with the kids and stuff like that. I was going to school. Yeah, like, she left Naziah. One day, my mom went to work, and she left my little sister there with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend left my little sister at the house by herself.
Hell
she
no.
walked outside.
First of all, you don't pick nobody over your kids. What I love you think you is? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow, for real though, but that's where, you feel me, she messed up.
Yeah.
She let somebody come in and tear who we had. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Don't bash my mom. I ain't gonna lie. She was a great mom. She just, she got.
Yeah.
She dealing with her.
Blinded. Yeah.
Her addiction. That ain't easy.
All right, so you guys just heard what he had to say. So basically, there was a woman that their mother was dating, and she came in the household and just tore the family apart. And it seems as though that his mother chose the woman that she was dating. And so I understand this young man saying, please don't bash my mom. She was a good mother, but how can she be a good mother when she chose somebody else that really wasn't blood over her children? So let's just keep it real right there. But anyway, let's move along and focus our attention on a creator that sent me his video as it pertains to the Naziah Harris case. So I want to say that he did a fantastic job covering this aspect of the case, and he talks about her final day in school and the fact that she was acting extremely weird and there was a lot of things that were going on. I want you guys to take a look at this video clip, and then I'll be back.
Hey guys, so a lot of people have been asking, has anyone from Naziah's school spoken out to say that there was any change in behavior or odd behavior that she was exhibiting? on January 9th before she left school to go meet up with Jarvis. Now, according to the documents, most of the people at the school who were closest to Neziah did state that there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary with her on January 9th, 2024. One person, however, a substitute teacher who had known Neziah since she was in the first grade, did say that she seemed off that day. This substitute teacher said that Neziah was acting, quote, unusual, and that Neziah had asked to go and speak to a counselor. The sub told Neziah that she would be able to go speak to the counselor after breakfast. However, the counselor never came to the room to get Neziah. The sub then said that she gave Neziah an assignment to work on, but Neziah ended up laying on the floor, something she said Neziah never did. Now, if you guys remember, in September of 2023, Neziah had sent a message to Jarvis expressing concern over the fact that she may be pregnant. Now, I did a little bit of research, and while all women are different and their bodies respond to being pregnant differently, the general overview was that in the second trimester, around 4 to 6 months, that's when many women start feeling discomfort and experiencing pain due to their pregnancy. Now, if you go with the text messages in September where Neziah tells Jarvis that she believes she's pregnant, and combine that with January, her wanting to go see a counselor, her laying on the floor, something she never did before, looking as if she was in pain, that would be consistent with her being around 4 months pregnant, fitting into that second trimester time period. So I can't help but wonder if that is what Neziah wanted to go and speak to her counselor about, and if that night Jarvis and Neziah collectively together plan to terminate the pregnancy, possibly using red antifreeze, which is a method that Jarvis did look up on Google. What if that red antifreeze was used that night to terminate the pregnancy because, one, Jarvis was going to be locked up for a little while, and two, Neziah was starting to experience a lot of pain and discomfort when something happened and she ended up passing away as a result. That's one thing that I think may have happened. The second thing that I think may have happened, based on what we know thus far, is that possibly Neziah was, going to tell Jarvis that she has to say something. Maybe they did attempt to the pregnancy prior and they realized that they couldn't do it, and maybe Jarvis snapped that night. And then we have the hoodie right here where, mind you, she wore this hoodie to school, her DNA was on it, blood was on it, and Neziah's grandmother said that the hoodie was basically brand new condition. When they found it, it had holes in the hood, which the prosecution is saying is consistent with holes made from a. So could Jarvis have snapped that night because he realized that they weren't going to be able to terminate the pregnancy without getting other people involved? Either Neziah was going to have to deliver this baby, or they were going to have to let someone know that she was pregnant. By whom? Because they would have found out, and she would have had to get the pregnancy professionally. His fear of being caught, his frustration with not being able to do this privately, his worry about this all being exposed could have very well been a factor here in him choosing to take her life that night out of rage. And let's also not forget the red substance that was found on Neziah's school ID. Is this blood? Is it not blood? Could this be red antifreeze? Could it not be red antifreeze? We don't really have conclusive answers yet as to what this substance is. I'm not trying to start any conspiracies or push this stuff as facts. This is just what I'm thinking in my head based on what we know as fact thus far in this case.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and this case is just draining. You don't even have to be sitting in the courtroom in the physical form listening to all of this to feel how heavy it is. But anyway, I want to let you guys know that I reached out to an ex-girlfriend of mine from Detroit. We used to date in the early 90s. I think it was 91, 92. Whatever it is. But anyway, I reached out to her. I was able to finally catch her, and she's going to look into this situation a bit more and give me some information if she can come across it in the near future. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.